Waco, the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce's annual Olympic and Sprint Distance Triathlon will begin at 6:30 a.m. on Sunday, July 9th at Indian Spring Park. Over 900 participants are expected for this event. The race starts with a point-to-point open water swim in the Brazos River, followed by a flat and fast bike ride on the spectator-friendly roads near the river, and finishes with a run along the Brazos River through Cameron Park, finishing on the famous suspension bridge. Waco will again include relay options, as well as the aqua bike races. Online registration is open through Friday, July 7th, 2023 at trywaco.org. The Waco Triathlon is presented by Bicycle World. Again, online registration is open through Friday, July 7th, 2023 at trywaco.org. This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have a very special guest here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name's Leslie DeMarco, and I am the owner and operator of Matriarch Medince, which is it's my baby, really.
Oh.
It's a holistic apothecary.
Oh.
So, I healed myself with natural medicines. I had definitely tried the Western medicine routes. I did everything that they told me would work, and I didn't find the healing I was looking for. So I went into the holistic route, really working with the things that the earth gives us and reminds our body how to work. And so after healing myself with medicines from the earth, I found a really beautiful passion to bring it to the world for those who are also looking for that.
I love that. That's fantastic. Well, I'm so glad you're here. One of the first questions I love to ask everybody is, what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native? Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so what's really funny, I was thinking, I have lived in Waco now for 10 years, but I actually went to elementary school in Marlin.
Oh.
And so Marlin's about 30 miles south of here. It's a very small town. And so when I was younger, we had really positive perspective of Waco. It was always, we were going to go have
the big city.
Yeah. We're going to go have dinner. We're going to go shopping. Because in the small town, they have HEB, but they don't have the big HEB.
The big HEB, yeah.
And so I had always have a really, really beautiful perception of Waco. And then my mom got a better job and we moved out of the smaller town. And then I, fast forward through life, I was ready to leave the city. We moved to Dallas, and my friend lived in Waco.
Aww.
So I moved with her, moved in, and I had, we've been here for 10 years ever since.
Wow.
And then I have another son who was born here, so he's a Waco native.
So he's a native.
I was thinking that. And what's really interesting is my husband, he is indigenous Native American, and the tribe that the Wacoan tribe descends from are the same tribes that he descends from. And so his people have traveled these lands for a long time, so he really is a Waco native.
Hey, there you go. And I always tell people, I'm like, Wacoan is like a title. You can claim it. Once you've been here for a while, it's something you can claim, like an award badge you put on you. But your story is also so connected to so many others. A lot of people leave, go to the big cities, go other places, Dallas, Austin, around the world, and then bring that knowledge back here. So I always tell people, Waco's such a melting pot. People go other places, and I'm like, that's fine as long as you bring us back something. We need that experience. We need those life stories. So it's so interesting getting to hear so many people that have kind of a similar tale to tell.
Yeah. I think Waco, I always say it is the most beautiful balance between the country life and the city life. You really have the middle ground here. You have everything you might need from a big city, and you can go to Cameron Park and get in the river.
It's gorgeous.
Like Mother Neff, there's a beautiful balance, and that's why I think we rooted here, and I believe this is everything, especially a holistic person.
Yeah.
Waco has everything that you need here.
Yeah, I love that. And we're here to talk about your business. So how'd you get started? Tell me more about it.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I had sought my own healing. I had clinical depression, pretty aggressive anxiety, and I was a mom, and what I was doing just wasn't fulfilling the needs that I was feeling that I needed met. So I decided, it was a hard decision at the time, but I had decided just to stop all Western medicine because I almost was feeling worse. So I started looking into, controversial ways of healing, working in like energy work and shamanic work.
Wow.
To heal the traumas that cause everyone's sickness.
Yeah.
Everybody, your physical sicknesses are just the physical manifestations of your emotional sickness. And I didn't know any of this at the time, but I dove into it open-minded, open-hearted, and I really found the results I was looking for. And I find that most people are simply, they feel alone and they feel lost. And when you connect back to the earth, you find that you've never been alone, because the water, the plants, your lineage, your ancestors have always been there. And that's exactly what I do, is bring that to people, to remember that you've never been alone and you will never be alone. And then that can cause just miraculous healing.
Wow.
But then if you bring plants into it, they are so intelligent. The you could say the magic of it, or even the science of it.
Mm-hmm.
Plants are so intelligent, and they help the body remember how to have harmony, how to have balance. And it's a lost knowledge for some reason. And I decided to just bring it back, to just normalize it completely.
I
just
love that.
To work with plants.
Yeah. And so tell us about some of your products, some of the things you make.
Okay. So my favorite item, or my favorite medicine, is called fire cider, and I have it right there. It is a fermented vegetable concoction.
Mm-hmm.
And so fermentation is so good for the body. So like kombucha, kimchi.
I'm a booch girl.
Yes. I can smell kombucha, and it does everything it needs to do, and I'll be using the restroom. But I was trying to understand how to help anybody, and gut health will solve almost every issue. If you can go and really give some time and attention to your stomach, I promise to you, any kind of illness that you're working with will clear up. And then I always say, whatever illness is still sticking around after you've taken care of your gut, that's where you go and you treat whatever's going on. But the fermented vegetables, it's garlic, onion, ginger, turmeric. These are powerful herbs, and we cook with them every day.
And good for your joints.
Yes, they're good for
Everything.
They're good for your elbows, your digestive system, your reproductive system, everything that you wouldn't know are playing factors. This helps out.
I love that.
And then I have tinctures. So I have an arrangement. Everything that I have is either grown in my garden, grown in my partner's garden, or foraged here in Waco.
Wow.
So it's all local plants. And in holistic medicine, it's understood that each plant helps with a specific body part. So ashwagandha is my most popular tincture because it works with the thyroid, and the thyroid controls your hormones. Almost everybody's issues are hormonal. So headaches are hormonal. PCOS is hormonal. Anxiety, depression, insomnia, all of these things are hormonal. So what we do with these plants is you take them, it brings the thyroid back into balance, back into harmony. So you are a calm person. You do have natural cycles. You sleep well. You fall asleep well. You get good quality of sleep, because now we're not treating the problem or the symptom. We're treating what's wrong with it. What's the cause of it?
Yeah.
And then I have an arrangement of other things, some for the kidneys, some for the lungs. I have 2 new ones. They're flower essences. And my relationship to plants I believe they are so alive. They have their own consciousness, just as conscious as you are here. So I work with the medicines before I release them. I sit with them and I get to know what they are, who they are, what they do. And actually the last 2 I've made, they have supported me in trauma healing.
Wow.
More than the other ones I have. And it also, when you're younger, things just happen. Most people's lives start off a little rocky, and for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But when we're older, the only person who has to take accountability or really take control is you.
Yeah.
It's hard, you know, maybe people hurt you and all that, but sometimes we just have to just understand, let it go, forgive, not for them, but for us.
Yeah.
And these tinctures, it's Wisteria and Bee Balm. They have helped me. Like the grip that the anger had on me was released.
Oh,
Like,
just
forgive and forget.
Yeah, I love that. And how long have you been practicing? How long have you been working on these products?
So I have been using holistic medicine for 5 years, technically. But I have always been a little witchy. Me and my sister used to make medicines out of mud and plants.
Love that.
When we were children. And we were pretty encouraged as children to, you know, play around with our divinity and our, like, you could say witchcraft, but we're just making potions from mud. You know? But my mom, she really loved it. Like, we would watch, you know, movies and TV shows of charms and things like that. And so I had not been given any weird perception about any of that. So when it came to 5 years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try it out. And so my business has been officially operating for 10 months now.
Wow. So almost a year. Congratulations.
Almost in September. August will be a year.
Wow. So we're coming up on your 1 year. That's fantastic.
Yes.
And you've been doing pop-up markets, all kinds of stuff. So tell me about that journey.
Yeah, that's actually such a life-changing experience, these markets. And anybody who ever owns or decides to open them, I always am like, do it, because you have no idea how many lives you will change by offering this space of abundance for people. So I had just been selling out of my home and online on like pretty much organic sales. And I was a Advent participant of the Waco's Farmers Market. I would go every single Saturday. And they didn't have any medicine there. There was soaps and lotions for sure. And so I went up to the market manager and owner, you know, she opened it, Bethel.
Yeah. Shout out, Bethel.
Shout out. And I was like, hey, this is what I do. And she was in love with the idea because she's pretty natural to the earth already. So she was like, wow, yeah, we need this. And it was just like flowed so well. I was in before I even thought I thought it would be a hard process. Yeah. But when there's a really beautiful purpose, the way is paved. Yeah. Like doors are open. So I've been in the market since November. Wow. Every Saturday. And that has changed my entire life, my family's life. Like, this is what I do. This is my line of work. My children are at home with me because the market, it's just Saturday morning. But that sustains our family. And we have been blessed with that abundance. And so I actually took on expansion by taking on a partner. Her name's Brianna. And so now what we do is multiple markets at once. So
you were saying you have like 4 markets this weekend?
Yeah.
Tell me where we can find you.
Okay, so Saturday, I'm going to be at the Lorena Farmers Market, and then Brianna will be at the Waco's Farmers Market. But same products, same beautiful energy. And then right after, in both markets, I believe, are 9 to 12. And the Lorena, is 9 to 3.
9 to 3.
And the Waco's Farmers Market's 9 to 12. Then we are going to be at the Waco Small Business Expo.
I saw that. Yes, shout out.
Shout out. These markets are so cool. And we get to see and meet and bring the medicine to different communities, different parts of town where people may not make it to the market, at the farmer's market, or to here or to there, but they'll come to one that's on 18th Street, you know, or they'll come to one that's in Hewitt. Yeah. Really exposing the community to these medicines in the markets is such a clever way just to sneak some health.
I love that.
Right in there. And then on
Sneak
Sunday, it in. Sunday we're going to San Antonio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the San Antonio market is a holistic health market. And that's my favorite because I don't have to convince anybody.
They're already there.
Yeah, they're already there. They know what they're looking for. And I can get a little more woo-woo with them.
Oh, yeah.
Like at Waco's Farmers Market, I don't... You know, I don't push any of that. I love you guys. And some people receive it. You know, they really want to know the more, energetics of things. But here, you already know elderberry works for you. I don't have to tell you the spirit of it.
Yeah. But I love that. Well, that's so fantastic. And we're so excited to have you out in the community and doing these events. With that, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And now for a word from our sponsors. And now, back to the episode. And we're back. So one of the first questions I'd love to ask people when we come back from break is, what is something you would like to see more of in the Waco community?
I would love to see it normalized for energy and the
more woo-woo.
Yeah, the more woo-woo. Because it's already, science is catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-woo is just the woo-woo word that we use, but science has been catching up, understanding that we're a little bit more than what we've been told we are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not pushing aliens and, you know, like really.
No, that's on my other podcast. No, okay.
Yeah. You know, whatever. But I'm not pushing that. I'm pushing like, yeah, the spirit of things. Because if we can dive into more magic in life, and magic just being the heart, and that everything deserves our love, everything deserves our genuine attention. That is what I would love to see more of. And you can see that within the community. There's a couple of holistic shops in Waco. And behind the scenes.
Shout out Granddaddy Willow, Utopia Essentials, Skellington Curiosities, Celestial Sisters.
Yes. And then, Gallery 11.
Gallery 11, Crystals, right up the road, Austin Avenue.
They're all kind of opening that space, and I believe it's because we as humans are spiritual beings, and so it's received because it's what we are.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I know you already talked about it a little bit, but why is this so important in Waco?
Well, first of all, hold on, let me think. That's a good question. It's
my job.
Yeah, I really think it's important everywhere, but Waco is growing in a way where people are waking up in Waco, and I believe that there's like energetic points on the earth, and Waco's a really big one. And so if we can really infuse consciousness in here, everything will benefit from it. So whatever expansion Waco's doing, with the groundwork, it being healed people, conscious people, kind, loving people, it will flourish and,
I love that.
And succeed.
Yeah. And I know you've already talked about like getting involved with the community and connecting and really just spreading this message. Is there anybody you want to shout out in the community that's helped you along this journey? I would say you can also shout out your mom, your dog, or your grandma, all of the above.
Okay. It's so funny. Yeah, we have like a whole community in Waco of conscious healers, and we're on the underground, but it was that way, and we've all received a seed to put ourselves out there. So like you said, Amber and Serena at Utopia Essentials, Bobby at Celestial Sisters, Granddaddy Willow, all of these, Cara at Gallery 11.
Yes.
So we have all known each other for a long time, just doing our healing work. And let's see, there's so many people.
Don't want to forget anybody. Yeah.
Illuminated Life. So we've got
Julie
and
Cassie and all of them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Melanie. So it's a whole community out there. But I really want to shout out to my partner. She couldn't make it today. Her mom's getting married.
Congratulations.
Yes, Brianna. She's really supported me. And so she will be either at the market or I will. Sometimes we go together, but you know, we're using our energies to expand. But she's a mother just like I am, and we hold the same views and values of coming home to ourselves and our body and our motherhood and our, partnerships. And she just gets the plants like how I get it, and so she supports that. Like we're always just spitting energies of like this plant and this medicine, and whatever we find we work with.
I love that.
And I also want to shout out to my husband.
Shout out the husband.
So he is native to these lands, and we practice his culture's traditions. So I have indigenous from Ireland, so Celtic shamanism and medicine woman work, and he's Aztec. They call themselves Mexica. So his lineage and his ancestral wisdom is actually what had activated mine. And without him in this, I wouldn't have woken up to the plants in that way.
I love hearing that.
Yeah. He supports me too. Like, we have been shifting what motherhood entrepreneurship looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And because of my business, he works, it's our business.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't go to work. You know, he helps me keep this business thriving. And so like right now I'm here for an hour with you
Mm-hmm.
and he's at the park with the kids.
Oh,
And that allows my energy to feel really safe and secure to open up to you and open
Yeah.
up to the listeners, because I know my children are good. And so without him, this would not be happening. So full shout out to Jorge.
I love that. And what is some advice you would like to give anybody else wanting to start, especially as a mom, an entrepreneur, all the things?
The first advice, I would say, challenge your ideas of things. If you have the idea or the belief that this is impossible or this is hard, I would say give yourself permission to question that. Really see, maybe this is possible.
Mm-hmm.
What if I just structured it a little differently? What if my kids went to work with me? What if, what if it wasn't hard? What if this was so possible? What if I started a little small? Things like that. I also would say, if you're scared of it, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, break through the barriers. The fear barrier does not exist. So chase the fear, actually. Chase the
Ooh.
excitement, the whatever, because that's where you're going to grow. If it feels just meh, you've already done it. You're already there. We want to expand. And so entrepreneurship is all about that. I believe businesses are directly linked to your relationship to yourself.
Wow.
So the more you know yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you allow for yourself, the more your business is known, the more your business is loved, the more you allow products or sales to come in.
Yeah.
For
I
you
love
to
that.
receive.
That's so cool. And a lot of people kind of are just like, just do it. But that message is like so universal that people just, anybody wanting to do anything, like whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, even just making stuff that you love, doing crafts. Sometimes people just don't feel that way. And so it's so important to hear it and have that advice. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Of course, we want you to go ahead and plug yourself. So give us all your social media, website, more information where we can find out more. Now's your time to shine.
Okay, awesome. So most of my presence is on Instagram. And so I believe it's Matriarch _Medicines. And I'm at the Waco's Farmers Market every single Saturday from 9 to 12. So I know it starts at 9 a.m. and then the seasonal hours change, so depending on when.
Yeah, I think right now they're ending at noon because it gets hot fast.
Yeah, it gets hot. But we always are open by 9. And then we either close at 12 or 1. And then I post on my Instagram what pop-ups we're going to be at and what events will be at. My website is matriarchmedicines.com. And you can order anything through there. I also wanted to offer No Waco listeners a discount.
Whoop, whoop.
So I'm just going to honor this, so there won't be a time that it no longer works. So if you're listening to
forever.
a forever coupon. So if you use my website, No Waco, you can get 50% off of any item that we have. And then if you just come up to any market that we're at, and you let us know that you listen to the podcast, we'll get you 50% off of any item that you'd like.
Yay.
And that's
I'm going to use my own coupon 1,000,000 times. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate that. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
Well, you are amazing. You can do it. I want you to know that you're not alone. You never have been alone. And I know it might feel that way, but it is possible. Keep moving forward. Go look into the sun. Go drink some good water. Take some deep breaths. And it's always working out for you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for welcoming here.
Aww. Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.